If you didn't know, I graduated computer science and I just fell off with coding. I don't know why, but lately I've just been navigating through life. And not only that, I don't get the satisfaction when I solve a coding problem that I have been trying to fix for days. Like, you mean to tell me that this one line of code was my problem all along? My brain is spent in front of the screens 24/7, and I get anxious when I don't finish a project, and I can't stop thinking about it even when I'm not doing it at the moment. I still enjoy coding as a hobby. Like, I would love to be a solo dev of my own game or something, but hearing about people's idea of tech gets draining sometimes. Generation AI, saying how tech will save all of mankind, and sometimes trying to make fast money with tech, such as NFTs, bitcoins, and mining. People say humanities is useless, but I personally believe that technology is in need of humanities.
And while the sciences teach us how to build things, it's the humanities that teach us what to build and why to build them.
But that's a completely different topic. Wink wink. Well, moving on. I have so many ideas when it comes to making projects in tech, so I might as well go through this damn list. So I'm going back to my roots when I started focusing on web development. I know this sort of field is something that most people probably don't like, but I enjoyed it and it was a field where I can be creative in. And a portfolio is something that a developer always starts with. It showcases your works and your skills to people who want to get to know you a little bit. So this is what I'm gonna do since this is pretty simple and I don't want to burn myself out. I personally don't want to stick with modern website design because it does not speak to me. Don't get me wrong, modern tech design is completely fine. It works for the simplicity of the majority of people, but I like to have fun. So I tried to do a prototype of my website using a UI design tool. I used Penpot here, but for some reason, using these softwares make me feel so limited. Like I focus too much on one thing when I use this, or I don't really go out of my comfort zone with this. And then the final results of my design usually ends up being a little bit too minimalistic, and in this case I really wanted to do something more, so I needed to change something. So I literally ended up going to my drawing program, which is Clip Studio Paint, and built everything from scratch there. And honestly, it felt so much better trying to get what I want. It was easier to create something with my pen, and also I could just make a quick sketch of an idea that I have in my head if I need to. And it was much easier to change colors when I needed to, rather than finding the stupid hex code that I need to copy and paste. And now we have the final product. Beautiful, amazing, I love it. I call it the GG Times cause, get it? New York Times? Cause like, I live in New York anyway, so I don't know. There is more to the website, but I will wing it from here. And now we have the code. There's this joke in tech where UI UX designers make the most outrageous thing, but then the programmers would have to deal with programming that outrageous thing. And yeah, I felt those both worlds. I actually cried during this project and oh my god, it's that feeling again where I just can't solve anything. I hated it. I don't know how other programmers do this, seriously, but I pulled through the pain and the suffering, and we finally got what I achieved.
Okay. I see it right there. I see it. I freaking see it right there.
A basic 3D model moving on my website with simple mouse movement. When I say it, it doesn't even sound that hard, but actually coding it, it's like, what the hell? It's like I'm doing a freaking physics problem. Mind you, this is the first time I coded a 3D thing into a website, so give me a break, please. Okay, but now there's this problem where every time I put my mouse in the view, it always changes the angle to the front of the object. And no matter what I did, the code just wouldn't work. And then it turns out I just needed to do one line of code in the model itself. So I'm essentially just rotating the model. Oh my god. The problem is that I'm using something where I didn't learn the quote-unquote basics of it, so that's another reason why it was hard for me. I support learning the basics, but sometimes you just gotta raw dog it. So I proceeded to get the rest of the pieces together. I thought I had recording of the whole thing, but for some reason I don't. I eventually did it though. And the thing I love about website design is the unnecessary things that bring such little joy in me. Like, I do a simple rotate animation when my mouse hovers over it, and it's not even needed, but like, it's cute. So the second part of this website was basically just showcasing a little bit of my art. And honestly, this was part 2 of my struggles. Something about making a photo gallery that maintained its aspect ratio is the bane of my existence. I remember the last time I did this, it took me quite a while, and it still did. I had to manually set the images into certain places to get what I wanted. I just wanted a mini gallery to showcase a few of my artworks, and then there would be a link that would show more art, which I didn't do because at this point this project has been killing me, and for some reason the final result made the gallery look huge, but I think this was just a happy mistake because the images became the main focus, and then now we're here. So this is what I had so far for the website. It's really simple looking, but like it was a long process. And honestly, I was going to do more, but I completely underestimated how long this would be. And I just want to continue working on this on my own free time. So we're just gonna end it from here. I know this isn't really like an art video, but I think it's important to see the processes of other creative things as well. So I just wanted to do this. To anyone who wants to start coding, just do it. It's really not that bad. It's really fun when you know how to make your own things, especially when you want to make something that caters to yourself. It's just like art. It's a really long process to do and learn. And that's it. Thank you and goodbye.